Shabbat Shalom. Kol halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Bahashim Kakadash. Double homage to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, even the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shabbat Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and its sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. The Akwat that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000 and one-third, the hopeful elect of Israel. I am the brother Yashuan. Shabbat Shalom and salutations to you all. All right, here's the question. What's going on here? What do we see? All right. Well, I see BAPHOMET. And that, I don't see he didn't put his hand on the Bible. I see he's proclaiming himself to be an androgynous God named dun 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 BAPHOMET, right? That's what he's doing. See? As above, so below. I wonder if they cut that off, if he's actually pointing. Okay, he's pointing. He's acting like he's swearing. Let's get a little more. Let's see, where's Baffy? Baffy, okay. Many inceptions of Baffy, right? The OG, he's pointing, his hand is up, right? So what does this go back to? It goes back to, why is he doing that? Why is Trump showing you the Baphomet? Because Trump is a Knights Templar. Okay. Fair use on everything. Babaka Shah. All right, so, yeah. Let's see. Trump is showing you that he's a Knights Templar. What is going on? Okay, yeah. So lucky I'm kind of locked in this thing here. Here we go. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's signaling to his secret society, right, of what he's about to move forward and do. That's what we see. All right, and we're gonna show and prove. Okay, let's start at Revelation 11 and 8. And their dead bodies will lie in the street of the great city, Salakia. Revelation 11 and 8 in the KJV, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, Babylon the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord, Babylon the great, is spiritually known as Egypt, right? So let's go back from here to Isaiah 19 and 4. Right, now that we understand who the Egyptians are, the Americans, right? Babylon the Great, or the Babylonians. And Isaiah 19 and 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord. Uh-oh, who's that? And a fierce king shall rule over them. Let's talk about America. Saith the Lord of hosts. Is this talking about, could this be talking about DJ Trump? I will hand the Egyptians or the Americans over to the power of a cruel master, and a fierce king will rule over them. Okay? We understand through the Spirit that Isaiah 19 from the jump is talking about what? Babylon the Great. Could this be DJ Trump? And the Egyptians, the Americans, will I give over into the hand of a cruel president, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. Okay, that's the question. So let's watch this. Okay, so this is 4 years ago. Alan Bradwell, Trump, the Norman. That's not what I want to start. I want to start here. Straight from the kettle. Somebody said, "Is this Black Child?" Going way back. Yash Kara. Donald Trump, Freemason, Freemasonic Knights Templar Crusaders Connect. So they didn't come out talking about chopping off heads, which goes to, let's get that real quick, because they are going to go directly into that. Got more than one. Maybe I don't. What is this doing there? What is that doing there? So okay, bear with me. This is Revelation 2, right? 2. Slocky, bear with me. Damn it. I don't do this now. Let's see. What the hell? 2 and 9, 2 and 10. All right. Specifically, I'm looking for, that's the King James. Yeah. Revelation 2 and 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. Shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful until death, and I will give thee a crown of life. All right, so this goes into beheading. All right, and if we go up here, what is it, 20 or 18? So, Lockie, bear with me. Revelation 20 and 4, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. Okay, so beheaded.
Bring back waterboarding and a hell of a lot worse.
I would do. I want to keep our country safe. I want to keep our country safe.
What does that mean?
When they're shooting, when they're chopping off the heads of our people and other people, when they're chopping off the heads of people because they happen to be a Christian.
So I said to them, they're decapitating people, they're drowning people, and they're chopping off heads.
It's been that way for a long time. In Syria, you have the Christians where their heads are being chopped off randomly and at will, and you have the Muslims who are not. You have to knock out ISIS. They're chopping off heads. These are animals. You have to knock them out. You have to knock them off strong.
This was during his first tenure as president, if you will. All right. You hear ISIS, Al Qaeda. ISIS, and Al Qaeda are America, Babylon the Great, Egypt. If you haven't figured that out yet. What is it? 12 years later? How many years later is it? 8? Or at the beginning of his 8 years, 9 years?
They're chopping off people's heads in the Middle East, especially if you happen to be Christian. They're chopping off heads. And she's with the other side, they chop off our young people's heads. I said, we are living in a world.
If Al Qaeda and ISIS are America, trained and all of that, who is staging heads being cut off? If any of it is real, who's staging that? Who's doing that? If ISIS is trained and funded by America, which it is, the Clintons and the Obamas, if you haven't put that together, the Bidens, okay? Go watch Redacted and they'll break it all the way down. They'll make it plain for you. All right? So hindsight is what? All right?
In the Middle East, they're cutting people's heads off. They're chopping a Christian's head off, and many of them, we talk about, I don't want ISIS. ISIS is bad, they're evil. When they start doing with the head chopping and drowning, where they can chop off heads.
You chop off the heads of the Americans, chop off the heads of the French, chop off the heads of whoever you may bring.
So we can't do waterboarding, but they can do chopping off heads, drowning people in steel cages. They can do whatever they want to do.
The president was one of those Americans who went to church, but he spent a lot of the time this weekend meeting with advisors at the presidential retreat Camp David. When he returned to the White House, he spoke to the media.
This crusade, this war on terrorism, is going to take a while.
20 years after Jerusalem was taken, the Dome of the Rock was seized by a group of warrior monks calling themselves the Knights of the Temple of Solomon, or more simply, the Knights Templars.
Or the poor knights, right, who look like Yahushua, all right? So the hijack happened, right? But the point is the Baphomet. Where did the Baphomet part come in?
Arts from the pagans of ancient Egypt during the times of enslavement to the Pharaoh and developed them into Babylon at the time of Nebuchadnezzar.
That's talking about us.
In 1307, King Philippe of France arrested them for charges of denial of Christ, homosexuality, and idol worship, as well as magic.
Idol worship. What was that idol? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
King Philippe of France arrested...
Wait, I want to hear that first part. Because they're talking about Jake, really.
In Jerusalem, the Templars began to deviate further and further away from the practices of Christianity.
That's Jake.
They learned the secret arts of the Kabbalah, an ancient form of Jewish magic, along with its dark rites and rituals. The Jews had learned the arts from the pagans of ancient Egypt.
The who? Who was there? Enslaved?
In the times of enslavement to the
In the time, that's talking about us. See that?
and developed them into Babylon at the time of Nebuchadnezzar. In 1307, King Philippe of France arrested them for charges of denial of...
Not of Caesar.
Homosexuality and idol worship.
That. There we have it. And idol worship. Okay. All right. Look at that. Okay, so this is P. Diddy. You see the phallic right there? You see what's going on? This is P. Diddy, right? Now, this is what Donald Trump is doing. He's showing you, I'm a Templar. The Templars, right? Going back to Friday the 13th and all of that goes back to the Knights Templar. You know that? Okay, because that was supposedly when they got run up on and they went into hiding and da-da-da-da, right? Because they were worshiping Baphomet, so they say, right? And if the Knights of who? Solomon's temple. Going back to what? When Solomon had went off. Who in the reincarnation was our Lord Yahushua, right? If you understand what's going on, you got to have understanding. So this character, right, is this character that Donald Trump is showing you. I'm down with the Knights Templar. Now, we can go right back to chopping off heads because that's what all of this is about. Okay, and who he's really down with. Okay, this goes into it.
As a kind of penance. This
The spiritual act,
yes,
cleansing
yes,
act.
Cleanse.
See, so here you have the ironic Amalekite sitting here teaching Judah the truth, right? Look at this. He's telling, well, here's how we
As
do
a
it.
kind of penance.
The
This
spiritual act,
yes,
cleansing
yes,
act.
Cleansing act, yes, and
Yet shall he not learn righteousness.
cleansing Jerusalem of pollution by the Saracens, as they called the Muslims.
We will move the American embassy to the eternal capital of the Jewish people, Jerusalem.
So what he started in his first 4 years, you think he's not going back to try to finish right now?
If the president follows through on his pledge to move the U.S. Embassy in Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem.
What are they doing here? What is Donald Trump doing here?
That would essentially be U.S. recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Palestinian leaders also claim the holy city, and they warned that the embassy switch would be an act of war.
So if he is of the Knights Templar, right, or portending to be, right, What are they about? Well, they're about fighting the Muslims for the Holy Land, are they not? Right? See what's going on here?
He is the leading 2016 Republican presidential contender. Donald Trump, again, joins us. And I've got so many questions. But first off, Donald, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Alex. Great to be with you.
Two Knights Templars. Old Bill Hicks here, right? And Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen is a Vatican assassin. Remember that? He's a Vatican assassin. Remember that? This guy Tom Hanks is he's a silk scarf choking machine. he's part of a sect that kills motherfuckers with a scarf. You know about that? Yeah, there's some assassins out there. Anyway,
I've got so many questions, but you are vindicated. This has got to be the 50th time the last 6 months on the radical Muslims celebrating, not just in New Jersey, but New York, Palestine, all over.
And the people were saying, many of the people from New Jersey, 4 or 5 people said, Mr. Trump, I saw it myself. I was.
The dancing JOO.
They talked about Patterson, but they said, I saw it myself, Mr. Trump. I was there.
And all of a sudden, down there, I see this van parked. And I see 3 guys on top of the van. And I could see that they were like happy. You know, they didn't look shocked to me.
And at that point, we were taken for another round of questioning, this time related to our allegedly being members of Mossad.
Look at Sirhan.
The fact of the matter is, we are coming from a country that experiences terror daily. Our purpose was to document the event.
Building's going to collapse. Nothing information. Building's going to collapse. Nothing information.
So many people have called in and on Twitter, @RealDonaldTrump. They were celebrating, and they were celebrating the fall of the World Trade Center.
The dancing JOOs. Okay? So anyway, as you can see how convoluted this is. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out. You got to watch out for this guy. I just wanted to point out this Knights Templar, right, is about to do what? Right? Well, what they know, a brother put it very succinctly. He said that these guys know that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is about to attack, and they're trying to get their ducks in a row. They understand what is about to go down, and they're going to give it their best effort to fight against the Most High and His Son. So that's what's coming. Prepare yourself for it. They full-blown know what's going on. They know who they are. They know who we are. They know that they stole somebody's identity. They know that it's coming out on the internet, and their time is very short. Let's just get that on the way out. This is Revelation 12. So, I mean, that's where we are right now. So understand, don't listen to what this guy is saying about making America great again. Shit. That ship has already sailed. Ask the maggots that wasted all that money on the inauguration. Revelation 12:12, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. That's what they're doing. They're preparing for the battle of their lives. And old Dana Stevens said, this is your last age? No, you're at the last hour of your age. Or your age is over. You're about to drink the dregs. All right. So with that, we hope that the elect were edified, you brothers and sisters. With that, I'm going to say Shabbat Shalom.